Imagine a world where money isn't printed by governments, where you can transfer millions across the globe without asking permission from a bank. That world already exists, and it's called Bitcoin. But how did a mysterious digital currency born from a crisis become one of the most powerful financial revolutions in human history? This video will uncover the creation of Bitcoin, how it rose to dominate global finance, what major banks and hedge funds think about it, and finally, where Bitcoin could go. The birth of Bitcoin. The story starts in 2008 during the global financial crisis. Banks were collapsing, people were losing trust, and the entire system looked broken. Amid this chaos, an anonymous figure or group using the name Satoshi Nakamoto published a white paper titled Bitcoin, a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. Satoshi's idea was simple, yet revolutionary. Create a currency that doesn't rely on governments or banks, one that's decentralized, transparent, and mathematically limited to just 21 million coins. On January 3, 2009, the first Bitcoin block, known as the Genesis block, was mined. Hidden inside its code was a message, The Times, 03, John 2009, Chancellor on brink of second bailout for banks. A symbolic statement, Bitcoin was born as a protest against financial corruption, the early struggle. In its early years, Bitcoin was seen as a nerd's experiment. In 2010, a programmer famously bought 2 pizzas for 1,000 Bitcoins, worth over 600 million today. At that time, nobody took it seriously. Governments ignored it. Banks laughed at it, and economists called it a bubble. But a small group of believers saw Bitcoin differently, as digital gold, a hedge against inflation, a way to store value without borders. Slowly, Bitcoin's network began to grow. Mining became competitive, exchanges were born, and by 2013, Bitcoin crossed 1,000 for the first time, the rise to global dominance. As the decade continued, things got serious. Big institutions started to take notice. Countries like Japan, Switzerland, and El Salvador began exploring or legalizing Bitcoin. El Salvador even became the first nation to adopt Bitcoin as legal tender in 2021, a historic moment that made global headlines. Meanwhile, Bitcoin's supply stayed fixed at 21 million coins, and demand exploded by 2021. Bitcoin reached 69,000, pushing its market cap above 1 trillion. That made it more valuable than most multinational corporations, what major banks and hedge funds said. At first, traditional banks and hedge funds attacked Bitcoin. Jamie Dimon, CEO of JP Morgan, once called Bitcoin a fraud. Warren Buffett called it rat poison squared. But today, JP Morgan offers Bitcoin funds to its clients. BlackRock, the world's largest asset manager, launched a Bitcoin ETF in 2024. Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, and Fidelity all now have crypto investment desks. Even hedge fund giants like Paul Tudor Jones and Stanley Druckenmiller have publicly admitted holding Bitcoin as a hedge against inflation and currency devaluation. The irony, the same institutions that once rejected Bitcoin are now profiting from it. Bitcoin around the world. So how are countries responding today? El Salvador and Central African Republic have made Bitcoin legal, tender UAE. Singapore and Hong Kong are creating crypto-friendly regulations. China banned Bitcoin mining but still leads in blockchain innovation. The US is split. Some states support Bitcoin, others push strict regulations, but the global trend is clear. Bitcoin adoption is rising, and more nations are exploring central bank, digital currencies, ironically inspired by Bitcoin itself, the potential growth ahead. Now, the big question, what's next for Bitcoin? With only a few million coins left to be mined, and the next halving in 2028, Bitcoin's supply will tighten further. Every halving, historically, has triggered major bull runs. If institutional adoption continues, analysts from ARK Invest, Standard Chartered and Bloomberg predict potential targets between 15,000 to 5,000 per Bitcoin by 2030. That might sound insane, but remember, people said the same thing when it was 100, 1,000, and 1,000. Bitcoin isn't just another asset. It's a revolution in how humanity understands money, from paper and politics to math and code. Outro. So whether you love it or doubt it, Bitcoin has already changed the world. It's challenged the banking system, empowered millions, and opened the door to an entirely new digital economy. But the real question is, will Bitcoin become the future of global finance, or will governments fight to keep control of money? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you found this video valuable, hit like, subscribe, and turn on the bell icon because our next video will break down the next potential 10x crypto